The Department of National Defense of the Philippines is currently in the process of acquiring another 12 units of FA-50 Fighting Eagle light combat aircraft from Korea Aerospace Industries for the Philippine Air Force. This move is part of the ongoing modernization program aimed at improving the country's air defense capabilities. However, considering the Philippine Air Force's operational requirements and recent developments, it would be a more strategic decision for the Department of National Defense to increase the procurement to at least 15 units instead of 12. This proposal is based on practical and operational reasons, such as ensuring the formation of a full squadron, replacing the FA-50 that was recently lost, and providing additional units for training and reserve purposes. Adding 3 more FA-50s would not significantly strain the Philippine government's budget but would make a considerable difference in strengthening the Philippine Air Force's capabilities. The FA-50PH has been the Philippine Air Force's primary jet trainer and light combat aircraft since its initial acquisition in 2014. The first batch of 12 units was delivered between 2015 and 2017 under a contract worth 18.9 billion Philippine pesos. The aircraft has been used for various missions, including the FA-50 played a crucial role during the Marawi siege in 2017, conducting precision airstrikes against ISIS-affiliated militants. The aircraft has been involved in patrols over the West Philippine Sea, deterring incursions by foreign forces. The FA-50 serves as the transition platform for the Philippine Air Force pilots before they move on to more advanced fighters. While the FA-50 is not classified as a full-fledged multi-role fighter, it provides the Philippine Air Force with a much-needed supersonic capability after the retirement of its last F-5 Freedom fighters in 2005. The aircraft has proven to be an effective solution for the Philippine Air Force's immediate needs while awaiting the procurement of more advanced MRFs under the Horizon 3 phase of the modernization program. On March 4, 2025, the Philippine Air Force lost an FA-50PH, tail number 002, during a night training mission over Bukidnon province. The aircraft crashed due to unknown circumstances, resulting in the tragic loss of 2 pilots. This accident reduced the Philippine Air Force's FA-50 fleet to 11 operational units. Acquiring only 12 additional FA-50s would mean that the Philippine Air Force still falls short by 1 unit in restoring its full combat strength. Instead of merely expanding its fleet by 1 squadron, 12 aircraft, the acquisition should also account for replacing lost assets. Increasing the order to 15 units ensures that the Philippine Air Force maintains its required number of operational aircraft. The Philippine Air Force follows a squadron-based structure in organizing its fighter units. Typically, 1 squadron consists of 12 aircraft. If the government proceeds with only 12 units, all of them will be committed to forming a new squadron, leaving no room for flexibility. This is the same strategy that the Department of National Defense and the Philippine Air Force are considering for their future multi-role fighter acquisition, where additional units will be purchased for reserve and training purposes. Applying the same principle to the FA-50 procurement would ensure that the Philippine Air Force maintains operational readiness without overburdening its frontline aircraft. Aircraft undergo periodic maintenance and inspections, which temporarily take them out of service. If the Philippine Air Force only has 12 new FA-50s, any aircraft undergoing maintenance would reduce the squadron's combat readiness. Having 15 units provides extra flexibility, allowing some aircraft to remain in service even when others are in the hangar for scheduled checks. Additionally, military aircraft, regardless of their quality, will inevitably face attrition over time due to accidents, wear and tear, or unforeseen circumstances. A slightly larger fleet provides a buffer against such losses. The FA-50 serves a dual role in the Philippine Air Force, not just as a light fighter but also as a lead and fighter trainer. With more of the Philippine Air Force pilots needing to train for upcoming MRF acquisitions, the demand for training flights will increase. If all available FA-50s are assigned strictly to combat squadrons, pilot training schedules may interfere with operational requirements. By having at least 2 FA-50s designated primarily for training, the Philippine Air Force can ensure continuous pilot development without compromising combat readiness. While defense budgets are always a concern, increasing the order from 12 to 15 FA-50s is a relatively small adjustment in the overall financial scheme. The estimated cost of an FA-50 unit is around $30 million. Adding 3 more units would cost approximately $90 million, an amount that would not drastically impact the Philippine government's finances, especially when compared to the projected $1.02 to $1.05 billion cost for the future MRF acquisition. Given the security challenges in the region and the need for a credible air force, the additional investment in FA-50s is a justified expense that offers long-term benefits. While increasing the FA-50 order makes strategic sense, there are potential challenges, If negotiations have already advanced significantly, modifying the quantity might require renegotiation. However, CAI is likely to welcome an increased order, as it benefits their production line and business relationship with the Philippines. The Department of National Defense would need to justify the cost increase to lawmakers and secure additional funding. Given the security situation in the West Philippine Sea and the Philippine Air Force's need for modernization, this should not be an insurmountable hurdle. More aircraft mean additional requirements for hangars, maintenance crews, and spare parts. The Philippine Air Force must ensure that its bases are ready to accommodate the expanded fleet. The acquisition of additional FA-50s is a welcome step in the Philippine Air Force's modernization, but limiting the order to just 12 units is short-sighted. Increasing the procurement to at least 15 units would provide numerous operational advantages, restoring the full FA-50 fleet after the recent crash, ensuring a complete squadron plus reserve training aircraft, reducing the impact of maintenance downtime, supporting future MRF pilot training without affecting combat operations and maximizing the investment without significantly burdening the budget. The Philippine government and the Department of National Defense still have time to reconsider and adjust the procurement package before finalizing the deal with CAI. Given the growing security challenges in the region, ensuring that the Philippine Air Force has a more robust and flexible fleet should be a top priority. If the Department of National Defense truly aims for a stronger Air Force, now is the time to act.